education system. We can all agree education is great and needed. Learning mathematics to help with counting, your ABCs to read and write, all things you will need for present and future. Having an education will help you in life. But the way our education system is set up, it is slowly failing our kids. The system is putting too much focus on test scores and Common Core, instead of actually letting our teachers teach. This needs to change. Education is meant to teach. How can kids be taught if teachers don't have an idea what they're teaching? Or how can they learn if all they do is get ready for a test? And what about technology in the classroom? Which brings me to Common Core. The schools want it taught, but there's problems with that. The teachers don't know what they're teaching. At my son's school, the principals had a meeting with the teachers one day because they didn't know how to teach it. So they gave them a CD to learn it. So how can the teachers actually teach if they don't know what they're teaching? Then it teaches at a higher level. For instance, if what was once fourth grade math is now being taught in third grade. So the kid skips a whole level of the grade. So if the kid is already struggling in third grade math, but now he's got to learn the fourth grade math, how is he not going to struggle in that? EdSource.org stated in California, counting to 100 was first grade standard. Now it's a kindergarten requirement, which previously only counted to 30. I know that sounds small, but think about it. As a kid trying to count to 30 and you're struggling, but now you have to count to 100. Which brings me to my next point, technology. Common Core isn't the only thing that's hurting technology in the classroom. Yeah, I know, I'm using technology myself, but classwork, everything's online. Your classwork, your homework, your worksheet. Is it really computers over books? You got your computers and your books. That computers leave a lack of structure. Oxford Learning said teachers want to know that students are focusing on their schoolwork and following lesson plan. Computers provide a lot of free range to students, letting them stray from a teacher's lesson plan or even access wrong information. It leads to students falling behind in class, and they fail to meet learning objectives and even learn incorrect materials. They also stated that it can be difficult for students with less than average reading skills to keep up with it. But with a book, strong educators have the ability to help them improve reading skills, something you can't do with a computer. My kids' schools don't even have books. They probably won't even see a math or history book until they get to college. By then, who knows, they might not even have books in college. My child asked me to help in the class one day after school with her homework. I asked her where her book was. She said, oh, everything's online. I said, so how am I supposed to help you? So if I go online and do the wrong thing or find the wrong thing, how can I help? So without a book, they can't learn at home if they need help. So why are computers replacing books? Which brings me to my final point, STAR testing. It's affecting the curriculum. It's not allowing the teachers to teach. I know the people of higher power want schools focusing on these test scores, but why? Talking with a third grade teacher, she said not only do they have to teach the curriculum, but they have to teach the kids to test as well. And they only have a specific amount of time to do all that. And sometimes the kids get behind. She said they spend a majority of the time preparing the kids to test instead of teaching them what they need to teach in the class. So how can a teacher actually teach if they only have a certain amount of time? But or better yet, how can a kid learn if they gotta hurry up and learn how to take a STAR test? They just don't have enough time. And then if you fail the STAR test, you have a chance to take it again. But if you fail it again, then you go to summer school. But what happens if you pass your course? If you got A's, B's, or all A average, or even C's, but you fail the STAR test, you still have to go to summer school, and if you fail in summer school, then you fail for the grade. This actually happened to a friend of mine. All A average, failed it, went to summer school, failed it again. So did the child have enough time to learn it? Or was he not a good test taker? Or once again, did the teacher have enough time to teach it? Save Texas Schools stated students must pass all EOC assessments to graduate high school, which can mean up to 15 standardized assessments in addition to regular courses. So that's 15 more tests, plus your tests that you take in school, midterms, finals, quizzes, homeworks, all that. That's a lot for a kid, if you think about it. 15 tests plus everything else. Why is the STAR test so important? That it takes over teachers' curriculum, and how is it helping educate schools? So ask yourself, where will our students be in years to come? Education, if the education system stays the same, is it really working? Are teachers able to teach? Is technology really helping and taking over, or is it hurting? And why is the STAR test more important than coursework? Is the current system really working? Or is it slowly failing our kids?